tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
All right, Clark, you go first. What's your first grievance?
International NFL games. Okay?
All right.
Started off, we had some games in London, and now first of all, it was like we'd have one game in London. Now we have multiple games in London. And then it's, hey, this year, let's have games in Germany. How about this? How about you call up Elon Musk and you guys fly up to the moon and we'll play a football game there? And it can start at, 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that. So you can literally watch football 24 hours in one day. I just look, I in some ways I sort of understand it. It's kind of a novelty because American football is not that big of a deal in these other countries. And I get it that they have these games over there and they sell out and they make money. But guys, like really, it's basically, hey, there's a game at 9 and then there's a game at 1 and then there's a game at 4. Then there's a game at 8:15. It's like you can literally watch football all day and just completely ignore the outside world. It's like, I'd like to just get some sleep and not have my entire day be monopolized by football. I mean, doing it from 1 to 8 o'clock is bad enough. But you're going to have a morning game now, too? I mean, I just think this has gone way too far, and I think this is something you've pointed out. It's diluting the product. So I think, guys, can you just limit it to one, or better yet, none? I mean, while we're at it flying to Germany, why don't you just have a game in Australia? Let's just really put the teams out and make them travel, 18 hours on a plane flight to get to the game. I mean, this, I think it puts teams out really. And I think it's bad for a league that claims to care about player safety and limiting, reducing injuries and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, let's just fly you all the way over to Germany and then fly you back. And then you got to play a game, 7 days after you just played the one, across the world. So, yeah, this is just something that's kind of endlessly frustrating to me. It's like, guys, don't let good enough be not enough, okay? Like, it's good enough having most of the games on in one day. That makes you unique compared to these other sports, okay? Just enjoy what you got. We don't need to go nuts about this.
Somebody's very upset about that.
Someone's very upset about this. Yeah. So
well, yeah, and to your point, Clark, the games are always weird, right? They don't feel like it doesn't feel like an NFL game when you're watching it on television. I understand that the fans over there, and the international fans are beginning to like it. So I get that. I'm not against having more fans who love football. I completely get it, but this isn't, we're not barnstorming. This isn't like the 1950s where they used to just bring basketball games all over the place because to try to get people to watch it. You have, like, the NFL has a ironclad product. Like, there's never a shortage of heroin. Okay. Like, if you want your drugs, you want to get your high, you can get it. It's not an issue. The NFL has so much damn money. It's like, what are we doing? We're putting games over in different places just to make an extra buck? Like, is this really worth it? Oh, we need to grow the game. Oh, really? You're not growing the game? Like, the idea that they're not growing the game because they don't have a game in London and, Frankfurt or wherever is ridiculous. And, to pile onto that, Clark, one of my grievances that I wrote down, I might as well do it here because it connects to this.